I'm really looking forward to Marvel Tokon, especially for Magik. But I have a bit of a problem. I haven't really played any fighting games since, well, the Guilty Gear Xrd 2 era. I dabbled in Strive and Street Fighter 6 for a while, but I just fundamentally do not like what they've done to those series. That's how I got into the EOMM team-based MOBA hell that is Marvel Rivals in the first place, and how I discovered her, but we're not talking about that today. So I was really rusty, and I really wanted to play Marvel Tokon. And in order to get back into the swing of things, I came up with the idea to play 2xKO for a month. And I really did not have a fun time playing this when it came out. I'm not completely new to the game. I even made one piece of content for it when it came out. Yes, I got an actual microphone now, but I had a lot of issues with it on a technical level. It used to have a memory leak problem that was apparently very prevalent on AMD CPUs, which is what I have. It sort of just became this game I'd boot up on my PS5 once in a blue moon. I didn't want to have it installed on my PC. Part of that reason was their anti-cheat system, Vanguard. It just ran all the time, and since I wasn't able to play 2xKO, and I didn't play any other Riot games, I just didn't see a reason to have it installed. But since then, they've actually changed things around so you don't have to run it all the time. It just boots up when you play the game, and it closes when you close the game. So yeah, time to play 2co for a month. To start things off, I set 3 goals for myself. First, I wanted to get to Master Rank because it just seemed like a pretty easy and realistic baseline to hit. I also wanted to get the Platinum Trophy on PS5. From my time playing the game on and off, I was only missing the trophy for 50 ranked wins and hitting 100 ultimates. And lastly, I wanted to hit a TOD online. Tag games are known for having very long combos, and I don't think things will be very different in Tokon, so I wanted to see if this was something an old man like me could still do. With all my goals set and established, I went on to pick my mains. I'm a boomer from an era long gone by. Back in my day, games had really fast movement and a bunch of set play characters. Think of Ino, Hilda, Rachel, Izanami, all that fun stuff. Since we're in the subgenre of tag games, the only one I've extensively played was Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I distinctly remember really liking Vegeta because his assist enabled a lot of grime. Ahri has the same assist. She also has an air dash and access to very easy high low. She was actually the character I gravitated towards right from the start, going all the way back to the beta. She just fits my playstyle down to a T. The only problem I had back then was that I didn't have a second character. I just picked Yasuo because he was the best character in the game. But now, there's Akali, and Akali is actually my favorite character in the game. And she just so happens to work really well with Ahri. If you're interested in 2xKO at all, you'll know that this team is one of the most popular ones in the game right now. And this popularity is actually something I really appreciate and like. I just have a bunch of top players I can just steal tech from. Such as this Nai TOD that I stole from a player named Lazy. That's already 1 goal checked off the list. Well, with that bit of foreshadowing out of the way, my team was set and it was time to practice. I spent the first 2 days playing Ahri in Juggernaut mode. I was just trying to get the hang of her again. It mostly felt like de-rusting. I don't really have much to say here. I just focused on getting consistent with her BNBs. I knew the same ones from launch and they still worked, so I didn't have a reason to learn new ones. I've always tended to play her a little too grounded, so I tried to incorporate more of her air shenanigans into my game plan. You know, with all the air S2 and the air dash and fireball and all that. I genuinely think the character can be played both ways though. At least I would not say she feels any weaker being played more grounded. So as I was editing this, they released the new patch notes and they've clearly stated that they do not want Ahri to be as strong on the ground as she's in the air. Thus, her ground game's been nerfed. Feels like pretty good character expression to me, but I might be wrong. I'm not good at the game. After I got comfortable playing Ahri, I went on to play Akali in sidekick mode. As I knew that I was going to have Akali on point, it was really important to me to make the switch now so I'd be more comfortable using Ahri's assists. For Akali's combos, I just copied what I saw in high level replay videos. I don't know if it's because the character is still somewhat new, but it feels like everybody does slight variations of the same general stuff, so I went with what I felt most comfortable with. I actually had a pretty tough time finding mix for her. Like, I straight up did not know how to really utilize Twilight Shroud for a good while, until I saw someone put it out, do charge to S1 and tag out to Ahri, where they did the actual mix up on her. But hey, alas, the few stuff I do have works, and at my level you don't really need anything more than frame traps and throws anyway. After getting comfortable with each character solo, I finally made the switch to the freestyle fuse, drilled out some pre-canned strings and mix, and I went straight into ranked. Starting out with ranked, I was actually on PS5 to get the trophies out of the way. I just wanted to get off the console as soon as possible. The one thing that kind of sucked about this part is that I kept ending my combos with ultimates instead of going for proper Oki, so this kind of delayed my progression in that regard when it comes to incorporating the stuff I labbed into real games. Anyhow, I won most of my placement matches actually, and I got put into Platinum. I think I popped the trophy for the 50 wins around the time I hit Emerald 3 or Diamond 1. At this point I was also like 30 ultimates away from the other trophy. Because of this, I actually went into the casual lobby to get those out of the way. It was pretty much just a mindless grind where I watched YouTube on the side. Eventually, the trophy popped along with the platinum, and I was done with console forever. Starting out, I expected Master Rank in 2x KO to be a decent bit of a climb, reminiscing back to the days of Street Fighter V, where ranking up wasn't all so easy. Nowadays, it's so trivial to rank up because point distribution tends to be very skewed in your favor, where reaching ranks such as Vanquisher or 1500 MR Master in Street Fighter 6 is basically gifted to you. And while 2x KO doesn't have the unfair point distribution of modern games, it was still very easy for me to get Master Rank, and I really wish, in hindsight, that I set my goals higher. This is definitely the level where people start using real combos, mix-ups, Oki, and they start to anti-air you and everything, but you can still breeze through with basic fundamentals. So yeah, as anticlimactic as it may be, that was my 1 month playing 2x KO. I want to say I played around 500 to 600 games in total, but I'm not sure and I'll just blend it on screen. I have no idea what my actual playtime is because that's not something Riot seems to want to disclose. To finish things off, I sort of want to do a mini review of the game and how it stands as of now compared to when it came out. The game is clearly a lot better than when it launched, and I liked it quite a bit more than I did back then. On the performance side of things, there are stutters here and there, but it's no way near as bad as it was when the game came out. I don't have any footage of it now, but memory leaks were very frequent and very frustrating. They seem to be gone entirely now. The roster was also a very big issue, at least for me, and it's gotten a lot better. I really wish the game had come out with this roster. It's a very well-rounded selection now. I also really like how often they're adding stages to the game. There are a lot of them and they look great to boot. And they've added a bunch of quality of life stuff that I really appreciate, like teleporting to the cabs when you get a match. That was really annoying to deal with before. The 2 points of criticism I have are about the skins and training mode matchmaking. I may just be a spoiled Rivals player here, but I got a lot of discounts and free skins in that game. Whereas the cheapest ones here cost $20, with no way to get a discount or to earn the currency in-game. I basically came and went without spending a dime because of this, and I definitely think I would have if they somehow gave me a small discount on, let's say, Blood Moon Akali. Like, I want to consume, but I can't because I'm broke and I can't justify $20. But if you want to rob me, then give me an option to buy skins for 10 or 15 bucks. Well, actually 15 is a lot too for me. Like, come on, you have your shop in League, just bring that over. That's my most requested champion. And my second point, 2x KO is a very lab heavy game. You have to grind out a lot of execution, and I feel like the game's otherwise actively designed around that in a lot of areas, such as providing a hitbox display, save states, and frame data, all of which makes labbing feel like a breeze, except for when you go online and you want to queue up while in training mode. It used to not be in the game at all, and now it's just very buggy, and I usually instantly regret using it over the offline version, whereas I feel like there really should not be a difference between the two. Getting this gameplay loop of learning new things and applying them online needs to be as seamless as possible for a game like 2XKO that is more reminiscent of older fighting games. And that resemblance is exactly why I really want to see this game flourish and reach its full potential. All in all, I'm pretty satisfied with the gameplay experience 2XKO provides, and I really wouldn't mind returning to it if things don't pan out with the newer games. And I feel like that might be the niche in the genre that it fills. It has the potential to always just be there waiting for you with new content and improvements, none of which is locked behind a paywall or season pass. You're always welcome to just come back and try out the newest champions. And honestly, I think that's probably the biggest reason I even did any of this. And that's pretty much that. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. And if you liked what you saw, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. It helps out tremendously. Oh my god! We're so back.